Howdy folks, and welcome. Let's open Blender. For this build, we'll be using the bool tool for the Boolean functions. The tool can be found under Edit, Preferences, Get Extensions, Install. Also make sure Extra Mesh Objects is installed. Select the default cube and delete it. Go to Front View by hitting 1 on your number pad. Go to Add, and under Mesh, add a UV sphere. In the Add UV Sphere Properties tab, change segments to 16 and hit Enter. Select the sphere and hit Tab to go into edit mode, and then select the Move tool. Select Proportional Editing, and then select the bottommost vert and pull up. You can change the size of the selection by using the mouse wheel. Select the top vert and pull down. You are making a pumpkin shape, so have fun. Go to Top View by hitting 7 on the number pad and change the select mode to Edge Select. Use Shift and Alt and select every other vertical line. Turn off proportional editing and resize the lines by hitting S and Shift T to constrain it on the Z-axis. While the lines are still selected, go to the Item tab and change the bevel weight and vertex crease to 1. Next, go to the Modifiers tab and add modifier, generate, subdivision surface, and change levels viewport and render to 3. Select the sphere and hit Tab to go into edit mode. Select X-ray mode and select the bottom portion of the sphere. We are resizing the bottom so it will lay flat when printed. Hit S and then Z to 0. Move the bottom layer a little bit to keep the pumpkin shape. Go back into object mode, and you can cancel X-ray mode if you want. Apply the modifier. I use Convert to Mesh, which does the same. Next is the pumpkin stem. Add a mesh, a cube, resize and move to the top of the sphere. Hit Tab to go into edit mode and add some horizontal cuts by using Ctrl R and the mouse control wheel to increase the number of cuts. Select the top lines and turn on proportional editing. Resize so the top is smaller than the bottom and rotate to give a little twist to the top. Go to the Modifiers tab, add modifier, generate, subdivision surface, and change levels viewport and render to 3. Reposition the cube so it fits correctly on the sphere. Apply modifier or use Convert to Mesh command. We'll be making both objects into one by using a Boolean action. So select the stem first and then Shift select the sphere. The order is important most times, so be aware of that. In the Edit tab, Boolean, Union. They are now one object. Next, we are going to slice into the sphere, so let's move it up for ease of reference. Let's create the knife. In the Add under Mesh, select Single Vert, add Single Vert. In Edit mode, select Mode to Vertex Select and move the point so it's below the sphere and to the right of center. Here I forgot to deselect Proportional Editing, so deselect it. Go into X-ray mode so you can see the lines that you're making. Move the point so it's close to the edge, but not too close. Hit E to extrude the vert to somewhere near the horizontal middle, and then extrude again so the vert is outside the sphere. Go to the Modifiers tab and add Modifier, Generate, Subdivision Surface, change Levels, Viewport, and Render to 3. Tweak the curve so there is a definite curve, but not too close to the center. Apply the modifier to convert to mesh. Select all the vertices and extrude to the right. Change the value in the Move X to 0.015. 0.02 also works for a looser fit. Deselect X-ray mode and go into the Modifiers tab. Add Modifier, Generate, Screw Modifier. Change the step viewport and render to 64. Just checking to see if everything is good. Apply modifier or use convert to mesh. We are using the vert shape as a knife to cut into the sphere using the bool tool. I have found the bool tool sometimes has issues if the two geometries are not quite right. Again, the order of selection is important. The first object is a knife, and the second object selected is the knifey. In the auto boolean, select difference. We see the sphere was cut, but we can check if it's correct. Hit tab to go into edit mode. Deselect everything and hit L to select one object. We see everything is selected, which means the cutter didn't do what we wanted. Let's fix it. If yours does show two objects, the operation worked and you are done. For everyone else, me included, we go back into object mode and undo with Ctrl Z until we have two objects again. We want the geometry to be similar in both objects, so the software has a better understanding of how to boolean the objects. In the Objects Data Properties tab, use Remesh, Voxel, Voxel size 0.01. Hit Voxel Remesh. Select the second object and do the same. We'll try again. Select the vert shape and then the pumpkin shape. In the Boolean tab, select Auto Boolean and Difference. Let's check to see if it worked. Hit tab to go into edit mode. Deselect everything. Now when we select a single object using the L key, we see only one part is being selected, which means the Boolean operation worked as intended. Last step is to resize the model for printing. Hit S to resize, or input your dimensions directly in the Items tab Dimensions. I am going to 2.5 by 2.5 by 2 inches for the print size. With the model selected, go to File, Export, STL, and save the file to where you can find it. In your 3D printer slicer program, import your STL model. I am using the bamboo slicer. I am using the default layer height and initial layer height of 0.02 millimeters. No supports should be required. Send to your printer. Happy Halloween, everybody, for 2024.